Thinking about hybrid cloud? Watch this. So talk to me about companies that are, they currently run their whole world in a data center, and they're talking about putting stuff in some sort of cloud, right? How do they make that transition?
Well, I think they have to think about it from a workload perspective, right? And from a financial perspective. I want to put the right workloads on the right platforms for the right price. And it's all got to be done in the right performance criteria. At scale, we're really trying to build platforms that span test and dev, production, and disaster recovery. Not to be greedy, but simply to provide ease of use and simplicity for the customer. I also think that as you spread those workloads out into different places, you start to have this fragmentation that occurs that I think makes managing IT more difficult. And by bringing those back together for, say, maybe in a hybrid service environment, you get better visibility into the overall IT structure, and people like us who are servicing you have better ways of looking into what you're doing and making better recommendations about how to get more out of that investment.
Right, and because there's a lot of companies that have been given some sort of directive of there's this cloud thing and we got to move to the cloud. What about, how do they decide, which applications, right? Is test and dev a good place to start?
I think test and dev is always a good place to start because it's safe, but I also think that for every company, the journey is going to be slightly different. I think if you're looking to move things into the cloud, you want to understand that it's going to generally be a multi-platform environment no matter what happens. Co-location and traditional hosting services may be the best place for some static applications that don't have a lot of change. Archive, some disaster recovery, all those type of things. If you're looking to put applications in an environment that's more dynamic, that requires more flexibility and scale, cloud is a great place for that. And that may be where you want to start if you're facing capacity limitations, hardware limitations, or data center limitations. The cloud can fix some of those issues.
Right. And what about, there's that either the initial migration of data to the cloud, or there's just times when you decide, I don't like this cloud, I want to move to that cloud, right? What's that like, that migration process?
So I think with anybody that you choose, open is a big focus, right? Being able to get in and get out of the cloud is a critical importance. You also want to find a provider that enables you to do those big, maybe data migrations when you're moving into the cloud, and where you can simply and easily get data out of the cloud. At scale, because we combine both brick and mortar data centers with high volume cloud applications, you're able to come in and maybe do a sneaker net data migration into one of our facilities. And if you ever need to for regulatory compliance, security issues, or simply moving data from one facility to another, you can walk right in one of our front doors and have us download data for you. If I was a cloud customer, I'd be looking for someone who had both a brick and mortar solution as well as cloud-based services.
Yeah, that's certainly not Amazon.
It's not Amazon.
They do a great job with a lot of things, but not that.
You won't find us knocking it. For certain applications and workloads, Amazon's fantastic. But for production level enterprise services today, where flexibility and speed to market is key, having someone when you pick up the phone and being on the other end to help you and being able to walk in and see where data lives, being able to walk in and access physical infrastructure where data lives, that's a key component that I think people forget about when they're thinking about their migration to the cloud.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video with Chris Orlando from Scale Matrix. I know I learned a few things. Make sure to check out our other videos on our channel and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.